Hello, and welcome to ABC Preschool Storytime. My name is Miss Natalie from the Hardin County Public Library. Today, we'll be singing the alphabet, we'll be signing the alphabet, and I'll learn you about the letter A. We'll be talking about ants, and I'll read you 3 stories about ants, and we'll craft an ant together from a carton. So we're going to start by singing the alphabet song. You can join in if you like. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABC. Next time, won't you sing with me? Now I'm going to sign the alphabet for you. Every week I will teach you another letter. We're going to start with A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. First letter of the alphabet is A. You start with an open hand. You make a fist and you put your thumb next to your other fingers. This is the letter A. Can you show me your letter A in sign language? Good job. Next week, we'll learn the letter B. So today, we're learning about the letter A. This is an A. What words do you know that start with an A? Those are very good words. I know A is for apple, A is for acorn, A is for ant. Do you know a name that starts with the letter A? Yes, I know the name Anne and Andrew. They both start with the letter A. So today we're learning about ants. Do you see them behind me? This is a colony of ants. They're bringing food to their nest. This is the book Ants by Debbie and Brendan Gallagher. So this is an ant. Its body consists of 3 parts. It has a head, it has a thorax, and it has an abdomen. An ant is an insect, and it has 6 legs. Can you count them with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what are these things on its head? They're called feelers or antennae. Ants come in different colors. Here you see a red ant, and here you see a black ant. There are also brown and orange ants. There are more than 10,000 species of ants. Ants live all over the world, except in places that are extremely cold, like on Antarctica, Greenland, and Iceland. What are the habitats of ants? Ants live in deserts, grasslands, and forests. They also live in places where people live, such as towns and cities. Do you have ants near your house? This is the life cycle of ants. They start out as eggs, and after about 2 weeks, larvae hatch from the eggs. The larva reaches full size after 1 week, and they make a hard covering called a cocoon. At this stage, they're called pupae. After about 2 weeks, adult ants hatch out of the cocoons. How do ants live? They live together in a group called a colony. Some ants work inside the nest, looking after the queen and her young. Other ants leave the nest to find food. Most ants are female worker ants. There are only a few male ants in a nest. Their job is to help a new queen ant start a new nest. Ant homes are called nests. They can be small, with just a queen and a few workers, or they can also be very large, with many thousands of worker ants. Ant food. Ants only eat liquid food because they cannot chew. They squeeze the liquid out of solid food. Ants love sweet foods such as flower nectar. How do ants communicate? Ants use their antennae to communicate with one another. Remember, antennae are the two things on the top of their head. They're also called feelers. Tips for watching ants. Ants are easier to find in summer when they come out in the open more often. Look for ants on the ground and on the rocks. You can put out a small amount of food, such as a drop of honey, to attract ants. Use a magnifying glass to look at the tiny ant larvae or eggs. Look, but not touch. Watch ants without touching them to see where they go and what they do. Be careful when you watch ants. Some ants bite.
What's It Like to Be an Ant by Ginny Johnson. I'm reading this book with permission from Amicus. An ant is an insect. It has 6 legs and a pair of feelers on its head. Do you know another word for feelers? Yes, antenna. What do you think it's like to be an ant? Let's find out. It is hard work being an ant. I'm busy all the time. I live in a nest in the woods with lots of other ants. Our nest is made of dead leaves, pine needles, twigs, and earth. Inside our nest, there are tunnels, rooms, and places to store our food. Our mother is called, yes, the queen ant, and she's the head of our family. She lays all the eggs. There may be 100,000 ants in a nest. The rest of us look after her and bring her food. I started life as an egg. I was about the size of a pinhead. I hatched out of the little squirmy larva. This is a larva. I grew until I was about the size of your little fingernail. Can you show me your little fingernail? Yeah, good job. Then I spun a silk case around myself, a cocoon. I turned into a young ant inside my cocoon. When I came out, I was a bit weak and wobbly at first. Other ants looked after me until I could manage by myself. Then I started to work. I'm a worker ant, like most ants in our family. Worker ants like me don't have wings. My first job was looking after the eggs and young. I brought them food and kept them clean. When I was older, I started going out with the other workers to find food. Every day we march off to look for caterpillars and other insects to bring back. I'm very strong. I can carry food that is 3 times as heavy as me. We leave a smelly trail so other workers can follow us and we don't get lost. One day, I will be a guard ant and protect our nest. If other insects attack our nest, we fight back. We bite the attackers and we spray them with liquid we make in our bodies. It stinks. Not all the eggs our queen lays hatch into workers. Some hatch into male ants with wings. Others hatch into new queens, and they have wings too. One summer day every year, some males and queens fly out of our nest. They mate and then the male dies. The queen bites off her wings and then she goes back to the nest to lay eggs or starts a new nest. Are You an Ant by Judy Allen and Tudor Humphreys. I am reading this book with permission from publisher Macmillan. Are you an ant? If you are, your mother is a queen. One hot summer day, she went on a mating flight with thousands of others so that she would be able to lay eggs. Afterward, she flew down to the ground. She knew she didn't need her wings anymore, so she took them off. And then she dug herself a small room underground. Now that she is in her room, the queen begins to lay eggs. You are in one of them. Hatch out of the egg as soon as you can. You don't look like an ant yet. You're a larva. And you're hungry. There are eggs all over the place. Eat some, it's all right. They won't mind. They're only eggs. Soon you must change into a pupa. A pupa is a little like an egg, only bigger. And when you're ready, break out. You almost look like an ant, but you're white and soft. But don't worry. Slowly, your skin will become hard and black. And you look perfect. There are a lot of others like you. You are one of a big family. You are a worker. Work hard to build a nest. Dig storage rooms and nurseries and bedrooms and corridors. It's all right, you don't have to work alone. The others will work with you. You don't have any voices, but you can talk to each other by touching feelers or antenna. You don't have to eat any more eggs. You go out and you hunt for food. Seeds are nice. So are bugs and woodlice. Springtails are delicious, but hard to catch because they jump. Bite your prey and spray it with acid from your tail. Actually, you're not a very good hunter. Look for bugs that have been stepped on. They're easy. You may think there's easy food in kitchens, but be careful. There are crumbs and grains of sugar, which are nice. There are also people, and they're not so nice. People don't like you in their homes. They may squash you, they may poison you, or they may sweep the floor so you can't find anything to eat. The best food is honeydew. It comes from aphids. Find a plant with aphids feeding on it. Do you see the aphids on this drawing? Yeah, they're right here. March up the stem with the other workers. Now stroke an aphid until it gives you a drop of honeydew. It's a little like milking a cow, but you wouldn't know about that because you're an ant. Take care of your aphids. Ladybugs eat aphids, so look for ladybug eggs and throw them away. You must take the food back to the nest. Some you can lift, because you are very strong, and some you can drag. Some you can put in your second stomach. It's called a crop, and it's very useful for carrying spare food home. Back at the nest, there's plenty to do. Feed the queen, who is still laying eggs. Feed the larvae, who are still hatching. Take care of the eggs and the larvae. When it's cold, carry them deep into the nest, where it's cozy. When the sun warms the ground, carry them up near the surface. Oh, and don't forget to take out the garbage. Life isn't all food and work. There's danger too. Birds and lizards and toads think you are very yummy. Some birds pick you up and push you under their wings. Why? because the acid in your body kills the ticks that bite them and make them itch. This is called anting. Anting is nice for birds, but anting is not nice for ants. However, if your family looks a little like this, or this, or this, you are not an ant. You are a human child. You don't have to take care of eggs and larvae. You don't have to milk aphids. You probably don't have to march in a line with a lot of others. But don't worry, you can do many things that ants can do. Best of all, no bird is ever going to pick you up in its beak and stuff you under its wing. The ants in this book are black garden ants, but there are about 10,000 different kinds of ants all over the world, and they are in all kinds of different colors, black to brown, from red to orange. Some grow their own food, and some are hunters. Some collect seeds and fruits and honeydew, and some ants can sting, so be careful. The Grasshopper and the Ants by Jerry Pinkney. Ants are busy around Grasshopper. "Why work so hard?" sang Grasshopper. "It's spring and time to go fishing." "No time to relax," said the ants. "Why labor so long?" Grasshopper chirped. "It's summertime. Let's have a picnic of fresh, yummy leaves. Come join me in making music." "No summer light to waste," replied the ants. "Autumn will be here soon." Do you know another word for autumn? Yes, fall is another word for autumn. "Why all tall so steady?" asked Grasshopper. "It's fall, and the world is a playground of leaves. Oh, how they color swirl and glide. Come dance and sing with me. Look at this wonderful mountain of leaves. Come play with me. Oh, how I love the sparkle of first snow. Come see." "Working can wait," Grasshopper said. "Wintertime is for making snow angel and snow hoppers." What is our version of a snow hopper? A snowman. "If only someone would join me." Grasshopper shivered. Look, he's all alone outside in the winter, in the snow. He goes to the ant's nest and he looks inside. But they're not letting him in because he didn't work for food. The ants are still busy. They're taking care of the little kids. They're preparing food. They're taking care of the queen. Look how big their nest is. And the grasshopper sits alone outside. He's very cold. But then the door opens. "A cup of tea?" asks Queen Ant. "How kind of you," said Grasshopper. And as a thanks, he plays music for the ants so they can dance and sing. And the queen and the grasshopper, they share tea and cookies.
The end. Welcome to the craft time. Today we'll be making an ant out of egg carton. So what I've learned since I made this first one is that the ant's legs don't originate from each body part, but they all originate from the thorax. I'll show you a picture. So the ant's head has 2 antennae or feelers. Then the thorax, the middle part, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then there's nothing on the end part, on the abdomen. So what do we need? We need egg carton, but only 3 parts. Remember, the head, the thorax, and the abdomen. We're going to need paint, either red or black, or if you want to make orange or brown ants, you can do that too. You need pipe cleaners, 2 of them. You're gonna need a paintbrush. You're gonna need 2 googly eyes and glue, and you're gonna need skewers or scissors to put the pipe cleaners through here, but make sure to ask your adult for help with that. So I'm going to start with first making the holes. How many pair of legs did the ant have? Yes, 3 pair. So we're going to need to make 3 holes on each side. Careful. Okay, let me make this one a little bigger. Okay. Then we're going to paint it. Okay, and then you wait until it's dry before you can continue. So when it's dry, we're gonna start by taking our pipe cleaners and cutting them in half. How many pieces of pipe cleaner do you have then? 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you remember how many pair of legs an ant has? That's right, 3 pair. So you take 1, 2, 3. And this piece will be for our antenna, which I forgot to make holes for. So let's do that first. So you decide which one is going to be your head, and you make on top 2 holes. Okay. For your antenna, you start from the bottom. You put 1 through the hole and the other.
And you pull them through completely and you see that it's even. And then antenna. And we're going to do the same with the legs. Starting one hole through the other hole. And the third pair. And then move your legs the way you want them. Okay, this is what your ant should look like. And now for our last part, we're gonna put googly eyes on. Take your glue, put 2 dots, not too much, in the front, and put your googly eyes on. And that is it. That's your ant.
So that was it for today. What did we do today? We sang the alphabet, we signed the alphabet, and we learned how to sign the letter A. We learned about ants, we heard stories about ants, and we crafted an ant together. Next week, we'll be learning about the letter B and butterflies. See you next week.